Today, Denise Hancock, Chairman of the Board for the North End Breezes newspaper, has joined me in the studio. North End Breezes is a non-profit community newspaper that distributes approximately 4,000 copies throughout the North End of Hamilton, and it's also available to everyone online. Now, we're also very proud to be associated with North End Breezes as one of our community associate partners. Welcome, Denise.
Thank you, Marie. Good morning.
Good morning. Denise, tell me a little bit about the history of the North End Breezes and how it got its start.
Well, the North End Breezes, we're going to be celebrating our 40th anniversary in 2011. Started, yes, exciting. It'll be a fun year for us. We started back in 1971. At that time, it was the North End Information Services. And basically a group of concerned citizens that were having trouble securing information related to health issues got a grant from a local Mennonite church and began the North End Information Services newsletter that would be distributed to the community. It's evolved since then, but that is our core purpose, is providing services and information to the North End. Yeah, in 2000 we became the North End Breezes, more reflecting where we are in the city. Excellent, excellent.
So where do you usually get your content from the newspaper then?
Well, the content comes all from our community in the North End. First and foremost, our community partners. We exist because of our community partners. So whether it's an association, a charity, local churches, their services, and they'll provide us with everything that's going on within the neighborhood and what's available to our residents. A lot of our local citizens, they will write in memoirs, send us in pictures of what has gone on in the community, and that would be the main sources.
Yeah, and that makes it very personal for people too.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Exactly, because you're reading maybe about your neighbor or somewhere that you've gone and you walk by and then you see from days gone by, and very nostalgic sometimes when you're reading a lot of the articles.
Exactly, and I noticed that too with the local newspapers or small newspapers like that. Everybody reads it from cover to cover, rather than, you get in the larger newspapers, people kind of just flip through. But in small community newspapers, definitely, it's nice to read.
I felt like that when I first moved to the North End and I came home and I saw a newsletter on my front step. I thought, wow, I couldn't even believe that, a community still have that newsletter, and it is all focused on the North End.
Exactly, and some of the things I've all noticed too with that paper is that you have a good, even politically, it's all North End based too.
Yeah, well, that would be part of our contributors as well. We've had our counselor writes for us monthly. Occasionally the mayor does. And then we do have a couple of columnists. Our Elderberry column, for instance.
Yes, that's wonderful.
That is wonderful. That always brings a smile to your face.
Excellent. It's nice to see good news.
It is. It is a change, isn't it? We all welcome that.
Now, I notice now you have a couple of polls on your website. What purpose does that serve for the North End Breezes?
Well, one of the main purposes of the Breezes is to connect the community and to be the voice of the North End. So twofold. Our main survey is a survey that the board's put together to just talk to our readers to see what they enjoy about it. Questions like even why they've moved to the North End, where they see the Breezes going, and then just some fun surveys. We have, like the worst road, it seemed timely with the change in the political scene of seeing what people thought, not just even for repair, but maybe what we would want to see, whether it be a dog park or it be like more a pathway rather than some of the roads. And one of the surveys too sometimes I think would be fun to do would be what comprises the North End. I've found since becoming involved with the Breezes, you have the old timers that it's only as far as the rail tracks, and then other people say Barton, so maybe that'll be our next one. But being the voice of the community, we try to get as much input as possible.
And that's excellent too, because that gives you a bit of a political voice as well.
Yes, it does, and that's try to speak for the neighborhood, and that's the only way to
do that.
To actually do it. Yeah.
Excellent. It's good to know what people are thinking too. So how is the Breezes supported?
The Breezes is supported a few different ways. We're completely non-profit, so the majority of it is all through our fundraising efforts. So we have different fundraisers throughout the year. We do have penny jars in all of our different, and some of the different merchants in town.
Excellent.
And contributors, a lot of neighbors will donate. We have some corporate partners that will donate. We have received a grant in the past, and that was part of the survey too, is looking where we will go in the future. Ideally, it would be self-sustaining. That's easier said than done,
yes.
So we're working on it.
Oh, that's great. Now you have a number of advertising opportunities that you do make available. How can people find out more about these?
Yeah, well, the advertising is part of our income. We have, it's on our website. Our full rate card is on the website. You can contact Wendy Collins.
Yes.
She's our volunteer coordinator, and she makes it all happen for us every month. There's two different rates. We have a very modest rate for our community partners for I think under $500, less than that. You can write 400 words a month, 11 times a year.
Excellent.
Yes, yeah. And then there's different rates for businesses, for the corporations, from a business card ad to a full page.
That's excellent. So, if people want to get the North End Breezes, how is it distributed?
First of all, we're distributed to 4,000 homes within the North End, homes and businesses. We have people that have left the North End and still want to be connected to what's going on and get a pulse on the events. So we have a mailing list that we will mail out for $15 a year. You can have your subscription, so that way they can still be knowing what's going on in the neighborhood. Or you can get it online, and I think more and more will be going there, although there's nothing like having that little newsletter that comes around.
Exactly.
So I'm sure the paper format's here for some time yet.
Oh, that's wonderful. So is it volunteers that deliver the papers around?
Our volunteers, yes. Each month we have a group of fabulous volunteers that actually fold our newspapers and actually stuff them. It's distributed via Canada Post, but you can also pick it up in local establishments, but I think they get picked up pretty quickly. So if you were outside of the neighborhood, the best way is to contact us, and we'd be happy to mail it out for that $15 a year charge.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for coming into the studio.
Oh, it's a pleasure, Marie. Thank you so much. It's been wonderful.
Be sure to visit the North End Breezes website at www.northendbreezes.com, or you can give them a call at 905-523-6611.
This has been a People in Connection TV presentation. People in Connection specializes in Internet TV and online promotions, serving the Golden Horseshoe since 1997. Have a bold business presence and start connecting today.